But the thing about hockey is momentum is such a big part of it. And just like life, we can build our own momentum and earn this confidence in what we're doing by getting little wins along the way.
Welcome to the Hidden Summit podcast. My name is Kevin Valance and I will be your host. On this podcast, we're going to talk about fitness, nutrition, lifestyle, and everything in between. If you find anything valuable in this episode, the only thing I'm ever going to ask you to do is subscribe so you can keep coming back and elevate your life to become better every single day.
Everybody, my name is Kevin. Welcome to the show. I'm glad that you're here. A little bit different episode today. I'm not wearing my morning attire. I went and tried and recorded this thing this morning and my computer is busted right now. So hopefully I get this episode up before the day's end. And I know you are like, whoa, Kevin, you're rocking a different attire today. Because let's go Rangers. We're going to talk about that game yesterday. Yes, we're going to talk about sports, but we're going to relate it to you and your life and your journey and persevering through the hard times. And I want you to know that's totally okay. We're not going to have easy moments day in and day out. It's not all going to be sunshine and rainbows. And my goal is to show you that you can see progress over time, even when you don't think there's a chance that you're going to win. So let's get to it. Last week, I ran a call within the Hidden Summit group to wrap up the 6-week challenge or push them through the last week of the 6-week challenge. We just ended that yesterday, which spoke on looking back at how far you've come this year, looking at your highs, looking at your lows, looking at your wins, looking at your losses, looking at what you're confident in, and looking at what you have doubt. And the idea is that, well, at the end of the day, it's never going to be perfect. But if we can help you move forward by having patience, using gratitude as a superpower, and giving yourself grace when times are hard, you're going to find success day in and day out, even on the days that you lose. So how does this relate to hockey? Well, New York Rangers played at MetLife Stadium yesterday in the Stadium Series, which is a cool event the NHL puts on where they build a hockey rink in the middle of a gigantic stadium. This happened to be a football field. Usually there's like 20,000 people at a game. There were 80,000 people at a game, and the Rangers were playing their rivals, the New York Islanders. I happen to be a Rangers fan. I grew up on Long Island, didn't really watch too much hockey, got into hockey later, and I'm a big Rangers fan. So the game starts, and a minute or so into the game, boom, the Rangers score a goal. They're up 1-0. Crowd goes crazy. Then right after that, within the next 3 to 4 minutes, the Islanders scored 3 goals, and the Rangers are down. And it was at this point during the game that the Rangers started to play slower. They played a little bit sloppy. The Islanders were the underdogs. They wanted to win. They wanted to prove themselves, and it was a rivalry game, so they were playing a little bit harder. They had the energy. They were standing up on the bench, cheering the whole time, and the Rangers stayed in their zone. They stayed cool, calm, and collected, although it appeared even to the fans that they were kind of not on point. They weren't as sharp. Passes weren't great. They weren't taking shots. They were letting up some things on defense. And it's hard to come back when the other team has all the momentum. But the thing about hockey is momentum is such a big part of it. And just like life, we can build our own momentum and earn this confidence in what we're doing by getting little wins along the way. Flash forward, it's a back and forth game. The Rangers bring it within 1, and then the Islanders score another goal when the defender is left open and they're up by 2 and there's 10 minutes left in the game. And everybody's like, oh, this is it. Rangers are down by 2 with 10 minutes left. The thing is with hockey, you never know. You never know when somebody's going to go on a roll. And like that, 1, 2, 3 goals, Rangers score and tie the game with a minute left, and then 90 seconds left or whatever it was, and take the game into overtime. Overtime. How does that make sense? Well, don't want to end in a tie. We give them a chance to win, and there's always going to be a winner. If they're tied at the end of overtime, you go to a shootout, there's still going to be a winner. It's a point system to see who's got a better record at the end of the season. Now, in sports, they have a set of rules, a time that you play, in this case, a number of different periods. In some sports, it's quarters or innings or halves. And whoever has the most points at the end of this game wins. In life, we don't have a set time or timeline of what the rules are or points to score how we're going to win. So how do we measure when we're winning in life? Weird how that works, right? It's so fun. We're built to believe that there's a winner and there's a loser in every situation. And with this situation, there happens to be a place in the game where we're going to find a winner. In life, there's not going to be a chance to know if we won or not until we leave this earth. So how do we handle that? Well, we'll look at this life as this infinite game. It never ends. But we still have today to focus on. You might have a million different things going on in your world. Your family, your friends, your health, your nutrition, your job, your finances, your career, all of these different things. So how do we focus on one over the other? Well, first decide what's urgent and important, and then what's not urgent and important, and just forget about the rest of those things and do the things that matter first. Know that you're not going to get all the things done for the day, and if something's less important, then save it for later, right? If it's not urgent, then maybe someone else in your life can help you do it. Regardless, you're going to focus on 1 to 3 things today, and maybe you get 1 or 3 of those things done, and you can move forward and chip away to see progress over time, day in and day out and day in and day out. Maybe you're struggling. Maybe you're in a tough season right now. Like I said, the Rangers came back and they won the game. It was electric, but it was not electric until they started to build that momentum for themselves by staying on point and holding themselves to the standard that they wanted to play at. That's what first place teams do. That's what winners do. They finish what they started, and they finish playing the game the way they want to play the game. It's no different for you and what you do today. When you wake up today, do you have a plan going into the day of how you're going to win? When the day is over and you look back on your day, do you review to say, hey, I did everything I was supposed to do? Or do you say, oh, you know what, I didn't get it done. Maybe it'll get done another time. Which one of those things is going to set you up for success? Probably the former and not the latter. So to bring this all full circle, and I'll keep it really short, right? Go Rangers. They won. First of all, that was awesome. Probably one of the best games I've ever seen. And I had my doubts. They didn't. That's the difference. You might have your doubts for where you are right now, but I want you to form a plan and realize that there are people in this world who didn't make their break until later on in life. 2 examples come to mind. The grandma on TikTok who you don't know her name, but she's got 1 million followers and she's crushing it and living it every single day. And you better believe she's getting paid for putting up TikToks. That could be you or whatever else you want to be in later on in life. And then another person comes to mind, Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, Han Solo. He was a carpenter until his 40s, and in his 40s is when he got his first acting gig. And you may have heard of Indiana Jones. Where are you right now? Your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s? We live in a day and age where you don't have to follow a set of rules, and you can create a way to find success in your life when you start to put yourself first and follow the passions of what it is that you want to do in your life. So, regardless of being this crazy sports fan that rides the highs and the lows of a team, we don't want to do that and ride the highs and lows of our life. We want to find that equanimity and that peace within us so when we look forward, we can make the most of whatever lies ahead. And focus on doing what's important and urgent right here and right now to get a win at the end of today so that when tomorrow comes, we can build upon that momentum and challenge ourselves to win day in and day out, and day in and day out. If you do that, I promise good things are going to happen. That's all I have for you today. Nice and short. I'm going to get this uploaded really fast. Let's go Rangers. What a game. What a win. I want you to go win today. And I will talk with you guys later.